Peggy 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is Championship Sunday, the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. Chris Puckett and Benson up in the booth this morning. And Ben, this is the day these 8 teams have been waiting for since Ghost launched back in November.
So much anticipation for today, Puckett. Everyone just desperate to get into that top 8. Today, we are going to decide exactly where each one of those teams is going to finally place. And to kick things off, we have one of the best games I think we could ever ask for.
This is such a storied rivalry between these two squads. Optic Gaming will be facing off against Complexity, the final 2 teams undefeated in that upper bracket. One will be sent to the lower bracket, the other will secure a spot in that grand final and are guaranteed to take home at least $200,000, a major chunk of that $1 million prize pool.
That's a lot of money, Puckett, that really is. And it's worth mentioning as well, this is a little bit of deja vu. If you were watching the Call of Duty World Championship last year, Optic Gaming versus Complexity, it went Game 5, Round 11, and then Optic Scumpy hit one of the most ridiculous 3 pieces to grace Call of Duty. It's something that's still talked about today. That's how impressive it was. So looking at this game already, you just know this is going to be one of the best games of the tournament.
Complexity has been waiting a year to strike back and earn their revenge. We'll see if they can get it. So far, they have been the most dominant squad we have seen on our Xbox main stage. But Optic was bringing their A game yesterday. It's all about to get started. But first, let's send it down to the floor with Justine.
All right, I'm down here on the Xbox main stage, and behind me we have Optic versus Complexity getting ready for the big matchup. This is going to be such an exciting game, and it's still early here in Los Angeles, but we have fans filtering in and getting ready to watch this matchup. Are you guys excited? Sounds like it. So guys, back up to you at the booth. Let's get this started.
All right, so here we go, Ben. Getting it going. Excited. Optic, Envy, everyone in this venue awake, excited for this match. It's early in the morning, and here's how these 2 teams got here. You can take a look at Optic Gaming. First, they come out with that 2nd seed from their group. They match up in a very tough battle against Caliber. 3-0ing Caliber there in a shocker. Caliber, one of the best squads in America, but Optic didn't stop there. They take out the US champions and strictly in round 2. Trident T1 Daughters from Australia fell to Optic as well. But on the other side, we saw Complexity make a powerful run as well.
Oh, Complexity's run was just as good. They went round number 1 with the best team in Europe, TCN Gaming. 3-0. Simple as that. Then they came up against Xfinity, a really, really talented team. Up and coming, I would definitely say. They made small work of them as well. Then it was the FaZe game last night. They took them down to find that game against Optic Gaming this morning.
That's right. Everyone thought it would go 5 games. They did it just for eliminating FaZe. Now you can see the teams remaining in the lower bracket. Remember, right here on Alpha, we have the upper bracket, but still 2 more matches going on this morning. Trident T1 Daughters from Australia versus Envy, fighting for a spot in that top 4. Same thing goes for the American squads, FaZe and Strictly Business. And speaking of FaZe, Complexity, they expect that squad to be competing against them in the grand finals. A lot of faith in FaZe after that performance last night.
Yeah, they put up a fantastic performance, but it's worth mentioning, this Complexity team, Puckett, I believe so far in terms of maps alone, they're 8-2. They're just 3-0ing teams. They're making it look just so simple, and you've got to give them some serious props. I mean, they are just so strong. Yesterday, we saw some unbelievable performances from Team Complexity. It's back to the old winning selves without a shadow of a doubt. Every one of those players can heat up at any time. This is just going to be such a good game.
And there you can see the console for today's matches. We are on the new Xbox Ones for Call of Duty Ghost. And these players, they are ready to go. Some of the fastest reactions out of any professional player in any game. You'll see incredible accuracy, better teamwork, and the communication from these squads is absolutely stellar. That is one of the major contributors to their success so far this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. You know, these teams communicating just so well on a completely another level. It really is worth mentioning, especially Team Complexity for me. They are just so good at that communication. There you can see exactly the way that the prize money is going to be split up. First place taking home 400,000 buckets.
Serious cash on the line, paying all the way out to top 8 today, 25 grand, 35 to the 7th, all the way up. But that second place, 200,000, and third place matchup, 120. Serious money for our top 4 today.
Yep.
These two teams already guaranteed a spot in the top 3, but you know they both want that $400,000 check, the rings, and of course, their names on that trophy.
Oh, absolutely. And as well as that, it's worth mentioning, this is just a huge rivalry. That's what makes this game even better. They're not just playing for the money and the prestige. It's just a massive rivalry between the two organizations. Complexity and Optic in Call of Duty esports. Those two have been head and head, you know, button heads all the time. And
there's a lot of smack talk between these squads. This is
so much.
These guys are not friends. We should just say it right there. They will be friendly in person and they will be respectful and professional. But these two teams have a little bit of a rivalry going down. You are going to see some bad blood matches. We got to take a moment, though, Benson, and take a look back at the road to the finals here at the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. I'm Golden Boy, this is Bioacid, and we have one heck of a game for you guys here. Strictly Business going up against FaZe.
You know, it's going to be a great match indeed, and I really want to see what's going to happen here because this is their last chance. It is that lower bracket these guys are going to be playing it out on. Domination Strike Zone as well for the kickoff in the best out of 5 series. And we are going to see an S&D and a Blitz to follow as well, and then if it's needed, another Domination and S&D as well. But you know, these guys, all or nothing right now. This is what it comes down to. And the winner of this will go up against the winner of the Envious and T1 matchup that I believe is happening over on Charlie right now.
Yeah. So I got to make sure that I'm not getting it switched up because I didn't get a chance to see where the players are situated. So I know I may have said Strictly Business versus FaZe.
Okay.
But, you know, it's just we've been moving around so fast.
Even the teams have moved around out there as well.
Everything's been moving around so quickly. But, okay, never mind then. I apologize. It's not Strictly Business versus FaZe. Again, it's been crazy in the morning here to start it off. It's actually going to be Trident versus Envy that we're going to be watching. On Charlie's stream, it's going to be Strictly Business versus FaZe, and I actually got to change this out because I just put out that tweet, and that's all kinds of awkward. Ooh. But now we
get called on that so much.
Yeah, we do. I mean, you know, there is a lot of, you know, there's a lot of craziness going on. There's a lot of craziness. But anyway.
It's going to be T1 and Envious on the Strike Zone Domination, you know, a very close matchup. It's an SMG dominant match, but what we saw yesterday was like dents of damage. They do like rolling with that AR a few bit, and they will sit back and just hold off one of those points. At the same time, Envious, you know, these guys are a powerhouse team, and they're going to be going into this one for all or nothing. They want to make sure they take this one out. They want to make sure that they.
This is scaring me though, because the first map is going to be Strike Zone Domination. Yeah. And if you're an Envy fan, I don't know how I feel about this because Strike Zone is one of those maps that can flip either way. And when you talk about that quality SMG play coming from the Australians, it's kind of difficult to judge where this one can swing.
No, totally
It's a tough call to make. Of course, Team Envy, a fantastic team, one capable, if at any point in time they can go off. But I think a lot of people are anticipating Trident T1 to take the searches, but the respawns, that should go to Envy. But it is anyone's ball game when it comes to Strike Zone Domination.
It'll definitely be interesting, as we saw yesterday when it was T1 and Optic on this map. You know, T1 went neck and neck with Optic and kept it very close in that point system. So we have to wait and find out what is actually going to happen. The game is kicking off though, and we'll be kicking it in with the Envy squad Merc on our screens. They're going to spawn on that A side of things, of course, leaving the T1 squad over in C. It's going to be interesting if either team pushes into Pro straight away. Usually they don't. One is going to watch there though from the Envy squad. And he's going to make sure no one's going to push. Merc going up high, though. And, you know, it's a good little break off the start. But they get these kills. Oh, very nice work by Merc to keep them off C.
Yeah, just a good move right away to get in their face. Merc is going to get picked off, though. Jumping over to Rambo, the veteran, hitting a grenade. That's going to be 2 down. Dens gets taken out, but that will be Izze pushing up. Now, Nameless, the hero of yesterday against Epsilon. He, unfortunately, gets dropped there as well. Damage would be the one who manages to get that kill. Looking here at the captain. Let's see what is going on here with Merc. Finds one, able to get the kill on Damage. Now they are able to get B and A. Envy looking very good here as time begins to ramp up for them. 8-2 The game, of course, still very early, but a solid performance out of Merc in the break.
Yeah, of course, we're still here with Merc, that 2-point streak, 3-1. Now, obviously, he hasn't capped any flags yet, but you don't need to really do that if you're going to just go around slay and keep these guys off every other flag in the matchup. You're going to have that A and B combination. You're going to push back down to C now and just maybe not even cap it. You might just go and try and go for that neutralization, forcing someone from T1 to come back now and challenge him. He's neutralized it at least, and there's a nice little kill. Oh, Chilean's up top. Through that flag, it's going to be that capture going down, but they are losing that B and A there for a little while.
Yeah, it is going to be neutralized at this point in time. And now taking a look, Rambo. He's going to be putting out some shots, trying to stay alive. One player going to be inside of B, but his teammates are going to be there for the cleanup. Huge win there for Envy as they're going to manage to get themselves B. Players at the front door. Rambo knows this, but he gets caught on the jumping on the ledge, going over the ledge there. Now Nameless waiting for that push at the front door. There's one guy there, and there's another one coming from the back door. If he's able to take him out, great, but can he get the double? Another player around the corner. He's going to juke him around. Nameless not aware as he is going to get picked off. Now Merc on your screen. One player for T1 pushing up on B, but Merc is going to have help, and they're able to win B. Now this is the time. Let's go ahead and jump over to Izzy, who's 5-4. This is the time where you have to start thinking about moving to another flag. C is going to be right for the picking. There's no reason why Chilean should be challenging up at B. He should try and make his way through Pro Shop and go after C.
Yeah, these guys from T1 did get stuck a little bit yesterday when they were inside of B. Now they've got A. They've got to try and circle around. You do see one down at the C flag. There's going to be Dens down there and his teammate as well. Helping him out trying to pick that flag up. Nice killing, nice shots as well on Nameless as they push it up and try heading towards that B flag. They have lost A though. So every time they pick up one flag, Envious are right there to snap up the flag that they were about to lose. And just like that, Envious with the nice little lead of over 20 points already here into the second quarter of the match.
Yeah, that's right. C is, of course, going to be for T1. Now, Dens on the other side, we're, of course, trying to see what they're going to plan here. Yeah. It seems like a push here by A is going to happen, which they are going to be able to win that, but they need to be able to get this kill up top. They do so, and that is going to give him an opportunity. They don't really have to worry about Pro Shop too much. They have two players over there, and Dens, he's going to try and make moves now toward B, but there will be two Envy players inside. Let's see what Dens' approach is going to be. Two of his teammates get picked off on C, and it seems like they're going to try and push over on B here, maybe go through kitchen doorway, anticipating people to come through the courtyard in front of Pro Shop, but it seems as if B is going to be the point of interest for T1.
Envy's domination match right now in this first half is absolutely on point. Every time that flag does get dropped from them, they pick up another one straight away just like that. And you're seeing T1, they are losing a flag down there at A as they come straight into
Chilean
a B.
needs to go huge here. This is a big play. This is a big play.
Guy coming in front of his teammate. Nice way there by Izzy to come on in to help him keep these guys away.
Big win.
There.
Big
shots,
win.
Big flag cap. They've got the two flags now. They just have to hold it here to lessen that 40-point lead that Envy have.
They got to be careful. There was that one Envy player that just circled around them. That Call of Duty timing comes into full effect there. Chilean getting one. He's going to be on a roll. He has 4-point streak building up, but they lose A, and that is something they couldn't afford. But Nameless, he was going to be that LMS there. They got to sacrifice A as you have Envy fighting off of the back foot. As Izzy ends up getting picked off. Chilean on your screen here. A is going to be up. Let's see what's going on with Dens. He knows someone's going to be pushing here, and he's going to get taken out by Study, the young player, able to find him as he was on the ground there, and Envy pushing up on A, rathering to let that be neutral. Instead, it will be 84-41, and T1 Daughters cannot seem to find themselves here in Strike Zone domination on the first half.
Yeah, can't get the two flag cap and keep holding it down. You're going to see Chileans, of course, just sitting back here.
They got to get these points.
To A. Yeah, they need to get more points, and they need to have those flags for a longer time than what they're currently doing. So they're currently losing B to pick up A, but this trade-off they're running with right now, lose one, pick up another one. It's only one flag for them, so it's not going to work them in the long run. Mercs, big three-piece right there. Nameless, it's a 4 down in the last 15 seconds of the matchup. 92-47 right now. We'll update at least 2 more times before the end, but right now, Envious really looking incredibly strong in this first half of the first match of Championship Sunday. Call of Duty Championships, of course, presented by Xbox. And 96-49, Golden Boy. Obviously, Envious came to play right now. T1, I'm a little bit worried that this won't go in their favor if they cannot hold two flags down for longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah, it is worrisome because, when you're dealing with a 47-point lead on Strike Zone, that is, if you haven't found yourself in that first half, I just can't see that happening again. I think that Envy is going to be able to take this one.
Yeah.
Just, you got to give credit to Merc and Rambo. Merc went 19-6, 4 caps to his name. Rambo went 16-5. You have to be able to stop that kind of push. One thing that I saw out of T1 was the lack of rotations. They just weren't moving in time. If you notice in that first push that you're not going to win B, you just got to move around and focus over there. Send one body over there, distract them, keep them, at base by B. But you want to be able to move in and at least try to go for that standard trap inside of B. Maybe that'll be a good approach for them. But whatever it is, they need to fix it up here right now because they cannot go toe-to-toe with Envy when you have guys like Merc and Rambo going off. And, two of their best slayers, Study and Nameless, they're kind of just chilling. Yeah. They're chilling and they're letting their two teammates do work. I mean, what happens when they go off?
At the start, Merc was on an 8-point streak there before he finally got taken down a second time. So he died once, then he just went off.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10-point streak, and then he finally got taken down. But the damage was already done right there. Of course, these guys are going to kick in the second half. Now, 5 minutes to come, domination on strike zone. T1, they need to pick this game up. They need to have a 2-flag capture for at least 2 minutes at the start here.
Yeah.
And keep rotating. That rotation, like you pointed out, they weren't doing on time. They weren't doing on point. They were trying to focus too much on the flag they already had instead of the flags they needed.
Yeah.
And that was really costing them right there.
A lot of pushes. A lot of pushes that they didn't need to make, I feel.
The SMG game, obviously, right now is in the hands of Envious.
Yeah, it is. They're in the driver's seat. Of course, T1 Daughter is very capable of coming back into this. But when you're talking about, what is that, plus 47?
47, yeah.
I believe that is a, let me make sure I write that down so I don't, derp in the middle of the match. When you're talking about a 47-point lead on Strike Zone, Strike Zone is the kind of map that if you run away with the lead in the second half, you can come back into it. But I don't know. I feel like it's just it's one of those maps that could just flip-flop either way. It's a fluky map, if you will, because of just how much you have to rotate and move around.
47 is a big lead. Of course, with Strike Zone being so open, though, straight after your respawn, you can get nades to the areas that you sort of nearly need to try and get to. It's only really B that you can't really try and achieve any projectiles down to. Den's now coming up top of C stairs here to try and cut them off on the way to B there. He does slow Nailham's down, but Nailham's picking him up. It's going to be a nice two-piece from Rambo with that Bulldog coming in with a lot of bark and bite.
That is frustrating. Frustrating for them to be taken out by that shotgun. But now this is the time where they're going to make one push here, and they got to be able to at least move over by C, put some shots forward, and make them think that they're going to get aggressive there. You have Izze, though, pushing up on this C flag, and he is going to get dropped. And they got to win those gun battles. Nameless and Merc going huge as Dens now. He gets taken out in Pro Shop. Izze moving toward A, and this could be a trip cap. That will not look good for them. It does get neutralized, and they got to get on that as soon as possible. But the most important thing is they have to win these battles, these one-on-one gunfights, or else this will be curtains very fast.
It's really not working in these one-on-one gunfights. Nameless on a 4-point streak right now from the MV squad. He's on 7-1 right now, as you see him highlighted and running around on your maps. He's going down to that A area to try and pick up a capture, as it's going to be T1 pushing back on down, trying to pick up the kill. Gets one there on Study, tries to get the two-piece, but the damage is done. And then Rambo with that Bulldog again, still running it. Usually you do see it getting run straight off the bat into B, but that's it. Finally getting taken down. Izze with a nice little lucky hit by a headshot.
He really enjoys that, and a double kill there for Nameless, as he was able to take out Chilean and damage from behind there with a hip fire. MTAR, good play there. Of course, MTAR, I believe he's, obviously the hip fire on an SMG, without a doubt, you want to be able to take advantage of that. And certainly Nameless did a splendid job of that, but he is going to get taken out by Chilean, jumping over to Study as we take a look at what's going on here at the blown up map, seeing what the game plan is. You can see Study, he will be highlighted in that white arrow, looking in the mid. There's a player to his left, but deciding to go in toward Kitchen because there could be a player in there, and he is going to get taken out by B, and that will be Dens.
Nice two-piece there on that side of the B area. That was very important, but again, they don't really do much afterwards with that, as they do try, and T1 are going to try and pick up that B flag.
77 total right now.
Yeah, it's 2.5 or 2:45 on the clock as he's about to come around. And right now, Envy is still very much in the lead here, both in the second half and, of course, that first half they had beforehand. T1 need to get a 2-cap down, hold it for the rest of the game, and also neutralize that third flag. So Envy cannot accumulate any more points pretty much.
When I had the chance to talk to Izze and the crew, and I believe you were there. We were chatting about it, and we were just like, you guys are probably one of the best search and destroy teams I've ever seen.
But the domination needs work.
Domination game just needs a lot of work here, and I think they realize that too. So to start it off with Strike Zone, I wonder whose veto this was, because I tell you, it is interesting to say the least that they go after Strike Zone, and given how fast-paced it is, if this was Envy's pick, it was a smart choice. If this was the pick of T1, I would question it if they thought that they were going to go toe-to-toe with Envy when it comes to this kind of game. This is a very versatile team that can mix and match any kind of role. And you have Study going 7-8. Sure, he may be one of the best ARs for this team, but Nameless is 17-6. 17-6. And yeah, it's just he's the janitor, and he's just making quick work and cleaning up this hallway that is T1 Daughters. I mean, it's crazy.
Definitely. You spoke about map choices as well. I know T1 wanted to stay away from Octane. They've had enough of that map. They don't want to go back to Octane at all in regards to their dom. So here they are here on a smaller, close map. And, you know, SMG-wise, you would have think, okay, they have a fighting chance, but the SMG and just the style and aggressiveness that we're seeing coming out from Envy and their rotation is so on point. You can see Rambo is cleaning these guys up and just swinging back around thinking, yep, okay, the guys are coming from down there at A. Straight away. You know, doesn't get the kill, but he knows where these guys are coming from as soon as that happens. 3 down there for a moment. This is their chance, but it's a minute left. The 30 points down here in the second half alone, plus that 47. I think the damage is done, and this one's pretty much in favor of Envious.
Yeah, Envy definitely have this game locked up. Of course, T1 Daughters, we know that Respawn domination, not their best, but Search and Destroy, they have not lost a single Search and Destroy throughout this entire competition. Even to Optic Gaming in the matches they played, they won their Search and Destroy, but it's the Respawn that just has been eluding them nonstop. One thing that they got to do here with the remaining seconds of this game is just get their shot hot, continue to work on that, and focus on that Search and Destroy coming up next. You have S&D Freight, which will be the one played, and then you have Blitz Warhawk. Now, if they're able to take Blitz Warhawk, this could work out in their favor if you're a T1 Daughter fan. You're hoping that they take that Game 3 and force their way into a potential maybe Game 5, because I can't see them winning a Dom. It's just not something that they're working on.
Agree.
That it's not something that they're doing. It's just that North American teams have a much better grasp on it.
Oh, domination. Oh,
yeah.
I have to agree 100%.
Well, on the other side, the Australians have a better grasp on Search.
I think I've even said to T1 this morning, yesterday, if you guys take a blitz, I can see you winning any best out of 5.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, they're S&D. It's been on point. It's been so on point that these guys from, obviously, the NA and EU didn't really know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So right now, it is their best game type. It is their best chance to really come back. Of course, the series now going to be coming 1-0 in favour of Team Envious here after a very dominating performance in domination. And a great start for them. Their momentum, Nameless, 21-12.
Yeah. And when you couple that with what he did in the first half
as well,
I mean, it was just an incredible showing. But, of course, guys, Search and Destroy Freight, that's going to be coming up next here. T1 Daughters and Envy going head-to-head. Winner will go on to face off against FaZe and Strictly Business, which is going on currently on the Charlie stream, being brought to you by our good friends Rel and Brycey. So if you want to watch that while we go to a quick break, please do so. Keep all the tabs open. Open all the tabs. And then you come back here for T1 Daughters versus Envy. Like I said, Game 2. Can they fight back? Can they keep this immaculate streak of Search and Destroy alive? Or will Envy do what many thought is impossible at this point? Defeat the Aussies at Search and Destroy? Find out in just a bit. Welcome back, everyone, to the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. Championship Sunday here. Search and Destroy on Freight will be up next. And just a correction, it will be Blitz on Freight. So that will be game number 3. Bio, how do you feel about this one?
Still feeling all right. At the same time, it's another close quarters matchup. Both of these next two are coming in a row. So that SMG game will be very important. If the SMG that we saw from Team MVS continues on both the S&D here and they're pushing over to that Blitz as well,
yeah,
I can sort of see a 3-0 happening in their favour for MVS.
Makes
At
sense.
the same time, if T1 can pick up the S&D here and then get a bit of momentum behind themselves, maybe the Blitz will go in their favour. Only time will tell.
Well, this is the breakout. As you can see, bomb carrier will be Rambo as he makes his way right through White. And Iskadu already is a with the double. What a huge win out of him.
Great start there, of course. He does let the buys on here on the Freight map. It is a faster fire for the close to Rambo. Beautiful name back out to try and even things up in that playing field. It's a 2v3 with Rambo with that bomb still, and they're slowing that round down because they realized rushing out was not going to work at the start.
Yeah, if you notice, too, the stack up on red is great, right? I mean, they're not letting them get any kind of control over there. They don't want them to go to the back. They're trying to force their way into A, which I think is great. But look for Suddy to try and get another pick. He's going to have to get another pick, and I think he's going to go top beer to make that happen. Perhaps, but also Rambo too. He's just anticipating somebody's going to be taking some shots. He has to back out, and that was going to be real dangerous there for Rambo, but more shots are going to be exchanged over by Red there from the boys in T1.
I think Rambo is just trying to force someone from T1 to poke. That way it's going to study and just clean them up with that R5.
And there you go. That's his opportunity.
Nice headshot and clean there on his 8. We're making now a 2v2 here. 20 seconds left, though. They've got to get their bomb down.
Yeah, Rambo by himself, 1v2. And he has damage and Dens to deal with. The player is actually going to be behind him there. Where is this? Who is this? This is actually damage and then Dens. So no one has eyes on Rambo. He has 7 seconds, though. Not enough time. And this is going to just pretty much have a time waste here. Rambo is going to get taken out nonetheless. And Dens will get that stop.
It's a good first round there. Double D combo coming to fruition and helping the boys from T1 pick up the first round. Of course, Rambo did get 2 down in that round, but no one else on the team picked up a kill. So hopefully this next round here, of course, it will be T1 on the attack and this on the defense. And you did see they pick up a very early 2-piece.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here off the break if one of these guys go for a very quick A-plant just to try and catch Envy off guard again.
All right, well, let's see this because, you know, Izzy has been that designated bomb carrier for this team. I mean,
oh, a sniper.
Reckless Izzy. I love this. Let's bring up the Oracle mode. No one is going to be in that direction, but still, you got to love the pre-fires and shooting key spots where you expect people to be. If only he could see that player on the other side of the wall.
Oh, it was a great track. I've actually never seen Izzy do that before in my time. You know, he's usually that Bison or an MTAR. Never pull out a sniper, but you were right. The key places where players usually do try and hide themselves or contain themselves, checking every which nook and cranny they can try and figure out. There's a player right at the back. Ooh, double jumping up there. Not the best idea. And now the bomb is also lost up there.
Yeah, and that's not going to be good for them. I mean, let's actually see here where the bomb is. So bomb is going to be up top, as you can see. So Damage knows this. Chilean has to go for it. I wonder if Nameless still has eyes on it. Let's see. So he's looking down in the middle. No. So he didn't see that the bomb was taken out. Chilean is going to drop Rambo back over to the boys and T1 Daughters. Let's see if they can make this play happen.
You know, obviously you're going to see now Damage just watching up top red. I think he saw someone. He's going to try and track him down. There he is. There's a shot. And there's the kill. A 2v2 now as Bucks again, Nameless, right down the back in that woodvault yard. He's going to pick up another sniper shot. That bomb's still at the top here. 8 seconds left on the clock. Dens is going to challenge him. It's going to be up to Study just to stay alive.
Yeah, that's right. And look at this. So you have Study just running away wisely. I mean, obviously, there wasn't any much more that Dens could do there. In a similar instance for both teams, Bio, time running out there and no one able to make a play. I mean, Rambo did get taken out at the end, but still, he wouldn't have been able to do anything because it was like 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, obviously, that original play where it is a double jumping up on that train. I don't know if he even meant to. Yeah. I think obviously it was that scuff jump, and he may have just climbed at the same time. And you know, the second time playing peekaboo against Nameless did not work out in his favour when that sniper shot just came on out.
I think he went for a second check.
Yeah,
I think he went for a second check to see if anyone's going to be pushing mid. Because I wouldn't necessarily have like scuff jumped off of that. I would have just gently fallen. So yeah. I think that he wanted to just see if he was right by the mid, and it makes a lot of sense.
As you'll see now, of course, is the MVS boys back on the attack, and Merc with that bomb. Now, this round is starting off better for the MVS squad because they haven't lost 2 players straight away, and then Nameless using the grenade and knowledge where players go to perfection to pick up Chileans there. They're making it a 4v3 situation, but still very slow round here, as you really see. No one's really pushed up that much, but Rambo being a bit sneaky underground.
Yeah, Rambo getting a little reckless here, but as soon as he hits that gate, they're going to hear it, and they're going to know. And let's see. So you saw that play right there. Instant reaction. But Rambo is anticipating maybe he's going to creep around the corner, but he doesn't. Instead, he's actually going to be waiting for him at the entrance of green. And there's going to be a challenge right there. Rambo winning that gunfight. Huge win out of him. And that's going to open up the lane here for them to be able to push over by B. Izzy is going to get taken out. It's going to be up to damage now. 1v4. Bad look for him. Finding one. Huge kill there out of Merc. He can hold this one off. He has to just defend. But you have to imagine Rambo, if he challenges around this corner, Rambo will find him. Maybe Rambo will wrap around. But Izzy's going to get reckless. Finding one. Backing up. Not a lot of time here. And he's going to be able to get that kill.
I honestly think Studdy got a quick scope as well before that, as he pushed up into red.
Yeah.
There's a player right in front of him, and he just dropped like that, and it was the USR, and you'll see it once again. The sniper shot really on par this morning for a first match of the day. It was, second game, but first full match.
Yeah, those Envy guys like their snipers.
It's great to see.
Love it.
Something I haven't seen yet is the LMG, though.
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, who busted out that LMG, I believe?
I think I saw someone from MVS. I'm not quite sure who, though.
No. It was, oh, my goodness. It was Dito from Strictly Business who busted out the LMG but that was on Domination.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we see the LMG used by Mud Dog as well. It's another thing that he likes to do, too. I haven't seen anyone on Envy do it just yet. Merc getting the kill there on Izzy, by the way, as T1 draws first blood. You
see Demi started setting up, and these rest of the boys are too. They did try to go for that quick plant there at A. It doesn't work in their favour. Study then taking down Dens. Now it's Chileans and Damage. Now in a 2v4 situation here. Did Damage notice that player running across top red? Doesn't seem to be the case. One player in pretty much bottom red on the Lumby side. Again, one in fire, and then one behind them inside bottom. Owens looking around, and you're going to see Damage now getting picked up from that. A Study over there. Chileans in a 1v4 now with 40 seconds left.
This is not a good look here for T1 Daughters. 1v4, like you said. And Chilean, he is going to get picked off. Now it's going to be 3-1. And Study and crew are looking great against a team that many regarded to be the best at search and destroy here at the Call of Duty Championship, even amongst pro players. I talked with them, and they all sent me, like Strictly Business and FaZe. They're like, oh, T1 Daughters are the best at search. And I think Envy did their homework.
Oh, it's rightfully so if they were to do that, because they just didn't want to go in this matchup not knowing what the T1 guys might do on S&D. They want to know the best they can. And obviously asking other teams that already faced them is a good way to learn that. Study with that sniper once again. Hopefully the boys are starting to learn a little bit here that the smoke is just not enough. You also have to pull out that ECOG if you want to try and stay alive here, because the thermals will find you very easily and clean you up. Chileans, they're picking up Rambo. But right now it's a 2v3. Study on a 3-point streak, by the way.
Yeah, he is, and that makes a lot of sense because Study has just been, he's the kind of guy who, when he gets on fire, it's very hard to kill him. And he will just continue to be on a roll. But I do want to point out that it is going to be a 2v4 as T1 Daughters looking good, and they're pressing up on the middle. It's hop over to Merc. He's going to be full red. Study, on the other hand, he knows that he needs to support his teammate as best as he possibly can, but Merc is finally going to get picked off, and now it's going to be a 1v4. Study trying to make something happen. He's going to find one, get hit markers on the snipe, but he's going to follow through with another one there on Chilean. 1v3 here, and I can't believe it. That would have been heartbreaking if he would have gotten turned on after that hit marker. 29 seconds left, trying to go for that shot. Can't quite hit it as he was just to the right there. He's going to challenge on the left side of him. He has to be wary of this. Study pushing up. 19 seconds remaining. I don't see Study being able to clutch this one, Bio.
He's going to have one player behind fire there as he posts in this right-hand side corner. He's going to get pinched from left and right, it would seem, as he comes around. There it is.
There you go.
One thing you notice when Chilean's got tagged, he challenged again, and we saw that last night during Optic. The T1, they just challenge after challenge after challenge. They don't just run away and regain their health like a lot of the NA guys would. And, it can be considered the smartest play, but they never really expect the challenge straight away. But I think Study was.
Yeah.
So clear that knowledge of what T1's going to do.
Exactly. It's because you have to expect just,
the unexpected,
craziest thing with these guys. It's like the Europeans that I've noticed here that have attended this event, and obviously Australia is different, but, the Europeans, they have that mindset where they really enjoy challenging. And, the Australians kind of share that too, but my goodness, it seems like they pushed it up aggressively here, and now Envy is going to be stuck in a 2v3. Chilean's the only one who was taken out there for T1.
I think they've learned that Nameless is in their back lumberyard. They don't want to go and challenge that open area anymore because it has cost them a few rounds already.
Yeah.
It's a 3v. Oh, he just lost Study as well, but we'll keep following this round in. There go some shots there as Nameless takes down Damage. It's a 2v2. Denzen Izze up against Nameless and Rambo here in the round. Izze does have the bomb, and he is sort of working his way slow towards A, but at the same time, he wants to just consider BAP's going to B.
Now, the B lane is completely open. I mean, well, it was until that rotation came. I believe that was going to be out of it, but never mind. It is going to be a drawed round.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Obviously, there was a kill that already took place and a player timed out.
Yeah.
And now they've ended the game after that situation. I have to look at those scores as well, just in case, because, you know, as it's meant to be.
3-2.
The fact is that you do have, obviously, kills that might come into effect later. Not sure, because, obviously, you know, if it goes to 5-5, most kills meant to be the defending team. So,
yeah, so there was a, who was that? That Study dropped out for some odd reason.
Yeah, Study dropped out. So just time out there, and obviously, you know, it wouldn't have been his own fault, just the fact that maybe the Xbox froze, perhaps, who knows.
Yeah.
But these guys, 3-2 right now, with Envy still in that lead. It was a 2v2 situation in that round, so that still could have gone either way.
Yeah,
sure
that's right.
I think it was Rambo working that.
Yeah, Rambo was running underground. He was going to creep up behind, probably pick off, or just hit that button and make them turn around thinking someone's going to come off on the flank.
Yeah,
you know?
So it would have been interesting.
Exactly. So for some odd reason, it says coming up map 3, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out the clarification on what's going on here. So we're going to jump it over to a quick break. When we come back, we are going to have the continuation of this Search and Destroy game. Of course, we're going to find out more clarification for you guys, so you're not going to want to miss this one, and we'll see you in just a bit. Welcome back, everyone, to the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. I'm Golden Boy, and this fine gentleman from down under is known as Bioacid. Definitely hit him up on Twitter if you haven't got a chance to. Guys, pretty much him and Doc Curry and all those guys have busted their butts helping to build those that Australian scene. But speaking of the Australians, we got T1 Daughters against Envy, and I wanted to state this real quick because a lot of you guys on Twitter had corrected me. Thank you so much. Nameless busted out the LMG for Envy, so you were right. There was an Envy player.
Didn't get something wrong.
You got it. Yes, he did it before Dito.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I have to say, that is, of course, very nameless of him. He's a risky guy. That's why I've always enjoyed watching him play.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. So, coming into it 3-2. Nothing happened in that last round. It was a 2v2 situation, so in that sort of regard, yeah, it was even. No one really had the bomb down. There wasn't really that much map control happening. So, yes, it's a 3-2 situation in favour of Envy still. And we're going to be switching over to that T1 squad because they are on that attack. Just going to see how these guys are going here. They tried for that quick plant a few times here today. It has not worked for them in their favour.
They have opening, though. They have an opening.
Try. Yeah. It looks like that the Envy guys are sitting back a bit more this time.
Ooh, wait a minute. There actually is going to be one Envy player that was looking up. So there will be a guy that's actually lingering above the bomb site. Now that smoke is there, it's not going to really do much. And you probably won't see a plant happen. Shots are being exchanged. I heard, I'm not sure from where, as Izzy is going to try and just continue to hang around over here right by Red. And you got Chilean pushing up. Now, I wonder if anyone saw him, but it seems like Chilean has an opportunity.
They should be going for a bit of a jump trade here. You'll see one pro poke out just to check where it is. And now Chileans usually would have pushed in just then, I think, to try and get those shots off. Study picks up Denzo in the background while it was happening. Becomes a 3v4 right now as these guys are tied down here in this little situation. It's 30 seconds left on the clock, so they need to get this bomb down or look to make a bit of a map move. Then the back of the yard again. Why are they over in the open? Naples picks up damage. Chilean getting taken out by Rambo. It's a 1v4 here for Izzy, and there it is.
They got to be careful. And now the score currently is going to be 4-2 in favor of Envy. We're continuing off of that score. Just want to update you guys. It was 3-2 before the restart. Now it is going to be 4-2. So don't let the top of the score fool you guys. Envy is going to pull off that first victory there. Looking to actually be the first one here to take out the T1 squad in an S&D matchup. We'll find out if that's going to be the case. So of course it is now switching sides. And Envious on that attack, but still, they got to know when Envious are defending. Nameless is always right back there with that sniper rifle. Don't poke down that lane. Yeah, but Nameless is going to get taken out by Chilean. Rambo with the bomb now, as he has eyes set toward A. They got to find this opening, figure out what's going to work for them. Of course, Rambo knowing that there could be a player at least pushing up from the mid or from the left side, and especially someone in top red, you have to wonder how are they going to approach this? Are they going to use smokes? But Rambo gets taken out, and that was going to be a solid Remington shot there by Chilean. Good stuff out of him. But now Study poking out, hoping to find anybody there to try and even the odds in this match. Yeah, I wonder if they know who would have had the bomb and who usually carries the bomb for that squad. Dan's picking up Study, though, who's out on top white there for a bit too long. Merc now here inside of the right-hand side carriage at this container. And, he's going to watch out, though. He's up against 4 players still here on T1. And there it is there. Chileans with that long shot. May have just seen him moving around a little bit too much there and takes him down. So the score becomes now 4-3. So, T1 keeping this very close, but Envy is still in that lead. Yeah, Envy's still in the lead, but it is still anyone's ball game, of course, as we say all the time here. It's just, and when you're talking about this level of competition between these two very talented teams, you'll be hard-pressed for me to disagree or for anyone to disagree with that, especially when you're talking about Search and Destroy and T1 Daughters. But Envy, though, they're no slouches, not to take anything away from them. They're definitely no slouches when it comes to this. By the way, big plays out of Nameless, I just want to point out, is he's really been the shutdown player in the mid. I got to give him credit there. And you're going to see, of course, Nameless. Yeah, you are right. He's usually back in the lumberyard. He has pushed up now in the bottom 5, though. Just to check out, you see 2 players, thanks to Oracle mode, coming up out of bottom blue. And then you see that gate open. As soon as that happens, you again see players move. And they're like, okay, guys, here they come. Let's get ready to make sure we shut these guys down as they poke on out. There's one player back at Owens, one player back at the lumberyard there. And as one of these teammates have pushed up, he's going to be, of course, Izzy's escort right there in front of him. Chileans has to be careful not to get taken out. Yeah, I wonder if their strategy here could potentially be, all right, let's make them think we're pushing B, open the doors, open the gates, do all that stuff. And look, he's going to creep around and he's going to get picked off. Oh, I think he may have gotten called out. Izzy had to have gotten called out. Time is going to be dwindling. One guy is going to be above. Izzy continuing to run around. Damage, though, is going to be able to take out Merc, so Envy will draw first blood. 21 seconds left, and what a smart play, making them think that they're going to go after that B plant. They have a body there at least to draw someone off, but they get that A plant. Huge plays there out of T1, but they are going to get 2 players taken out. Nameless coming up huge, and Denz now is going to have to be there defending with his teammate Chilean.
Yeah, Denz, of course, was trying to watch these guys as they ran across. Few shots going out there. Oh, COD timing. There's Study on 1 on Chileans, and then Denz on Rainbow. It's going to be now 1v2. Shots on the back. Nameless takes him down. Nameless, big 3-piece there in that round. And again, big numbers being put up by Nameless from the MV squad to now, again, increase their leads. That +2, 5-3.
Nameless is a shutdown player, period. That's what he does. He's so good at just getting in the other team's head with his ability. A lot of players like to do it with hype and get loud, and don't get me wrong, Nameless can get loud. But one thing that I know about Name, he loves to just play an aggressive role, and when he can, and that's the scary part about him, at the drop of a hat, he becomes an incredible sniper. You know what I mean? Just like laying back and just getting good positioning. It's just, he's such a great player and diverse as well. Really a benefit to the squad.
You see Nameless now with that AR just sitting back. Once again, those nades going out. Rambo's actually ran a very quick push to the A bomb site to get that bomb down here. And well, the T1 boys were sitting a bit too far back there. Rambo picked up Izzy. Now it's a 3v4 situation here. And Rambo, bit red here. 2 players around him. He's going to pop back up, get the kill here, I think. Challenging. There it is there. It's 2 players now gone from T1. Chilean picks up 1. Merc and Rainbow. And there it is there. It's going to be Envy to take out the S&D and being the first team at this competition to take an S&D away from T1.
This is shocking. Very shocking. At a score of 6-3, Envy has won the first search and destroy off of T1 Daughters. No one thought that could happen. T1 just looked so great throughout the rest of this competition. Absolutely blown away there. And while I think a lot of people are like, it'd be great to see T1 continue to dominate and search, Envy knew they needed to make a statement, and they did right here with that 6-3 victory. Now going into Blitz, T1 Daughters, Bio, I mean, you know them very well. How are they feeling here?
Obviously, they are feeling a bit down. You know, at the same time, I've said to them a few times, you know, it's not over until it's over. It's not done until it's done. So at the same time, you guys, they are down by 2. But they can still come back. They need to get the blitz, though.
Yeah, they need this respawn.
It's a small map. It's freight. So if their SMG game's going to come into play here, I think we may see Denz with an AR.
Yeah,
perhaps. But if not, like a 4 SMG run, they're just going to make sure that they can outslay at the first part. You know, perhaps even get a lead in the first half of blitz. You've got 2 5-minute tasks, so plenty of time in that 10 minutes time. But you know, with that S&D now being down, and these guys one more game away from being knocked out, it does play in their mind, but they just got to focus on everything coming forward, not behind you. Just live in the past.
I don't live in the past.
Yeah, that's what leave it in the past.
Don't leave it in the past. There you go. Good job. Fist bump it. All right, guys. So we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, there's going to be game number 3, Blitz on Freight. Will T1 Daughters be able to force the game 4, or will Envy continue on to the loser semifinal or the lower semifinal? We will find out in just a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. And right now it is game number 3, Blitz Freight. It is Envy and T1, perhaps the last one in this lower bracket matchup. Will it be Envy pushing on through to take on SB, I believe, who just defeated FaZe 3-0? Or will T1 make a comeback?
The comeback of the century would be here.
It would be after that S&D and Nameless.
Yeah, Nameless.
Tearing things up, especially also in the domination second half too. He went off.
Yeah, now we got to talk about Blitz and Daughters, because there's some interesting statistics there that we learned during the break thanks to our friend Brycey.
You know, obviously the fact that these guys aren't winning that many of their Blitz matches. The one they did, which was against Vex during here double limb, and it was in an overtime. You know, they had to replay the matchup. The second time around the Blitz, they did clean up well. But, you know, the first time it was a very neck-and-neck and close one. It's fair, it went to an overtime. So right now their Blitz game needs to step up to a whole new level.
All right, and now Merc on your screen, as he, of course, knows that T1 Daughters, they're going to be playing with their backs against the wall, and when you have everything on the line, that is when you become your absolute best. So let's see if Envy will be able to shut this down here, but T1, though, answers immediately in this matchup. Ooh. Although it is 1-1, they're neck and neck here with them. Merc now trying to defend, but a goal scored there by the Daughters, and that was going to come, I believe that was going to be Chilean there with that cap. That was going to be Chilean with the cap, so a big win there. Now Merc having to defend this. Daughters on the move, looking to get their way inside of the Envy base.
First minute 15 gone now here of this Blitz matchup, and right now it is, of course, that T1 squad in the lead. And there's another 3 down here. This is what these guys did before, to go 3 down and then put a cap in. Hopefully they can push on up. There's another player pushed on in through. You see it just there. Now 3-1. But Envy are trying to set up at the same time across the middle part of this map. We're here with Nameless, and there they come back around, swing on in. Dance with that SMG, MTAR to take him down, but you know, 2 caps advantage. It's a bit, but it's not very much when it comes to Blitz.
Yeah, I mean, that can go away in a heartbeat. Yeah. You know, 20 seconds to be exact, so or 21. You know, give or take. But Study here with a shot though. Denson Damage doing work. And Study just tearing it up in the mid there as he finds one, tries to take out the third, but he couldn't quite do it. Nameless now on the move in the mid, trying to get inside of the Daughters base, knowing that if he goes up top Owens, which is where he's currently positioned, he will be able to at least make something happen. No one will be there for the defense, and Envy is able to slip right in.
Yeah, nice little cap there to tie it now back to 1 cap difference. First quarter in this Blitz, first half almost gone. Oh my very nice defense there, work by Nameless. And he picks up a 2-piece defense from Chilean, who both come running on through. Hopefully he'll close that door on the way out as well. And now it's going to close up that shop and push over across to try and get more caps down here on the T1 side of things. But Dens is actually on a 5-point streak.
Dens, let's just go over to him because he's 8-5. He's been just tearing it up, but wait a minute, we jinxed him. Nameless. He is just, why? He's so good. He really is a tank. I mean, honestly, he is the life force here of this Envy squad, without a doubt. As we do have, I don't know who that was that got taken out, but we are jumping over to Rambo now. There is going to be a score cap for T1 Daughters, 5-3, as they lead in this half, and they've held the lead for, I would say, a majority of the game. I believe it was tied at the beginning, but Envy has not been able to reclaim that. And look there, you can clearly see that T1, it seems like they learned and they now realize we have to pincer them in their base and make them play from there and force those caps.
See, this is the half where they need to try and get more caps, I think, in their lead, due to the fact that it's going to be Envy, I believe, pushing down to the container yard next half, you know, just at the back of their spawn, and just trying to hold these guys in that area while they just put cap after cap. Right now, though, as long as T1 keeps answering back, you know, cap on cap, back and forth like that and trading in that, they're going to be okay, because Blitz isn't all about the slaying style. So while Nameless was going off, he's on 10-9 right now in the other game types, his slaying bit won't play as much of an effect as it would have in that domination S&D game, as provided T1 keep getting caps in.
Well, you got to also highlight Chili and Dens and Izze are going off here, right? You have 11-8 for both Dens and Izze, and then Chilean, 12-6. 4 caps as well. He's doing a stupendous job, and now a 1v1 in this situation, as Damage and Merc were going to be the last 2 left alive here. Damage actually winning that gun battle. Players are going to be on the respawn. Damage will get taken out. Hopping over to Izze here, looking to make moves over on the red side and try and push up on Crates. Perhaps fighting one, going for the double. Not going to happen there, as Merc will meet him.
Didn't see the second one coming on down. 40 seconds left here, though, in the first half. Damage is trying to sit back for a moment there. You know, I'd like to see a few players picking up on my concept. I close doors on the way into bases just in case they're open. You know, in the enemy base I'm talking about, because it gives them that false sense of security, thinking no one's actually in that area, and then you come on through and put a cap down. You're going to see Densdale trying to defend for the last little moments here. 20 seconds left. Green carries. There he goes. 3 down. Can T1 get another cap in before the end of the half? You're going to see a few players from MVS on that defense.
Yeah, you actually have one player, Chilean, who could be on the move here and make something happen. He's going to be taking some shots, having to run around. And now there will be 2 members of Envy hanging around. That's going to be 5. He's got 1, and he's going to get shut down on the side, and nothing's going to come of that. But Dens, he will not have enough time. If he had 3 more seconds, and he potentially could have won that gun battle, we could have been going into 8-4, but still a solid showing in the first half and some life out of this Triton T1 Daughters team.
It would be great if these guys can pick it up in the next 5 minutes and keep that lead, obviously trading back cap for cap. It'll be all down to what Envy do here coming to the second half. If the Envy set up and push down on that deep left-hand side here from Denz's screen and just keep these guys respawning in their back container yard while they're putting caps in,
yeah,
the T1 squad are going to struggle. And if they try and defend too much, instead of just being that aggressive attacking squad, it's going to cost them.
Yeah, that's right, and they have to be very cautious about this. And they did get aggressive in the mid, but they ended up losing all their players, and Envy getting 4 off the break. What a play out of them, knowing now that they're going to be spawning over by the back crates. This could be massive for them. They could turn around a couple of good caps here, but you got to see Study getting taken out. And what an answer back, though, from T1 Daughters, but not enough, as there will be a cap there. Now the score 7-6, 1-point lead, just like that for T1 Daughters.
Gotta check their corners as well. You see Rambo is waiting. Did not reveal his position until he had to. 2-piece now. He takes those demi's as well. You can see Rambo a 4-point streak already here in the first part, and just remember that Envious got a 4 down in the first 20 seconds of this matchup, so that's a bit of a massive thing. As you see now, Rambo still in the back of the area of the spawn. It's going to be Envious tying it up now, 7 caps apiece. T1 need to get some map game and push across here. One player has broken out from T1. If you can get this cap in to now tie it back up, because Envious have taken the lead for the first time here.
First time in this matchup, but you know what, though? It seems like it's going to be all tied up, as I believe Izzy was going to be the one to get that. Study now moving in. He's going to save what could have been a really bad situation, but now taking a look over at T1 Daughters. Damage, anticipating that someone could be around this corner or just waiting around, finding him, and that was going to be a hip fire leading up to a shot with that Vector. Another one around the corner, and he won't be able to close it out.
Of course, 8-8, the score line, almost as the first half, or the first quarter of the second half gone. And you're going to see here, Izzy looking to push down the deep right-hand side. They're challenging when they don't need to, I think, right there. Izzy could have just kept sneaking on through. They're forgetting about that. It's more of a sneak attack sometimes than actually slaying, and, you know, trying to shoot at things that aren't even there. He's worried. He's too worried.
Honestly, he's got a little bit of the trigger finger, happy trigger finger, if you will. You do see Dens now in the mid. He will get killed there by, I believe that was going to be Rambo. Chilean, though, and he can't win the gun battle against Study as he goes in for the drop shot. Now Dens off the respawn, knowing that someone's going to be around this left. That's going to be an easy hip fire, but Envy's there to meet him yet again. That will be nameless. Chilean having to defend, seeing the players getting the knife, though. Big win there, and continuing to defend. One Envy player is going to be on the right side by crates, and they know this too. They have to get ready for the defense, and that's going to be Study just making his own way there, having rough house with this team, but Envy has not defended. Chilean, though, I don't know how he got taken out there. Envy will have the lead, 1.2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, and they have 2 members of Envy inside of the T1 base.
T1 are trying to push back out, but Envy are 2 caps ahead right now. It's a 4 down again.
Oh, man.
These guys are really cleaning up here, and this is what I was worried about. Like I said, when they trap T1 down in that back corner, they can't get out, and it's really costing them here. Chileans is they're trying every which way. You know, they're going top brewery, side brewery, back brewery. Nothing's really working for him. As Nameless is up top there, picking up these kills. These guys are just putting extra caps after extra caps. It's a 4 cap difference right now. That's a 30.1 seconds that they need to get the 4 caps back to the T1 squad. But Study, 6-point streak right now, 23 and 18.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of work ahead of them, T1 Daughters, or else this is going to be it. Now we're going to see a 5-point lead here for Envy as they continue to shut down. T1 Daughters cannot seem to defend their base, and they're pushing out, which makes sense. They have to get aggressive, and it seems like they are going to get at least 1 cap, but there will be a player there who scores, so a huge win there at the very least. Now it's going to be 4 points, 1 minute, 13 seconds remaining. Another member of T1 is going to be inside of the base, and who is that going to be? It's going to be Izzy who gets that cap. 3-point lead now.
So they're trying to bring this back, and they still have time to do so. They just need to keep Envious off their point and get more on their side of things from the Envy side. You're going to see T1 just setting back and setting up here a little bit. It looks like good. Dens, look at this situation. He's doing the smart thing. Don't challenge until you can actually go in there and get a point. He's not going to get 2 kills. He's going to run on in and get a cap instead.
Oh, gets met by Rambo, and that was a huge stop there. That could have put him within 1 point. Damage now, hoping to see if he could push up, but not going to be the case. They got to get back on the defense here and make sure that their base is clear, which Den does, which is great for him. But now Chilean, he's chasing after this kill. No. I don't know why he was doing that. He should have just continued to focus on pushing up. They need to continue to apply this pressure. You have Damage, who's going to be moving up. 21 seconds left on the clock. It's still very possible for them to tie this game with a good push. Izzy trying to do this here, but as time dwindles down, it seems like Envy is going to move on to the loser semifinals, and that is going to do it for the miracle run here for Trident T1 Daughters. But my goodness, what a run have they had through this tournament, Bio.
And you saw there at that 25-second mark, it was going to be Envy who was setting up a bit more of a defensive strat there. They were putting their players around their portal. They were making sure that T1 were not coming in for that last second double cap. And after they got the few little kills, then they pushed out and got another cap in for their own favour. What a match indeed. What a story for T1 as well from Australia. They've obviously came here, the underdogs, the unknowns, and really gone off. And Nameless, 30 and 24. 27 and 23 there for Study. The guys are just cleaning up from Envious.
I'm telling you, man, he is going to be that difference maker in that Strictly Business matchup. I mean, it is going to be mind-blowing to see how he performs there. I think that coming into this one, going up against a team like T1, being able to break them down and search and destroy the way that they did, gives Envy a lot of confidence going into Strictly Business, because Strictly Business, and I've talked to them, they don't feel like they're that good at search. Ooh, obviously, they know that their respawn is incredible, impeccable, if you will. And although they did 3-0 phase, right, you know, Envy beating a team that guys like Strictly Business, guys like FaZe, as well as even some of the Envy boys, have regarded to be, again, the best search team in this tournament. That's going to give them a lot of confidence going into this loser semi.
T1 has managed to do something here. Even though they've been knocked out, they've managed to make NA, make EU, make all you guys at home just realise that, yes, Australia do have teams. Yes, they are here to compete.
That's right.
And, yes, they can cause upsets. Their S&D game, well, it obviously is their better thing of it all. Granted, the domination and blitz still needed a bit of work there. Their blitz game was still pretty close to the Envious game. Also, you know, like I said yesterday, when they were versing up other big teams like Optic, you know, T1 kept it very close in the score lines. Yeah. But this morning, Envy met serious business and going up against SB next. Now, I think I'm correct in this. Don't quote me, but you might be able to correct me. Do T1 and FaZe now go head-to-head for a 6-5 decider?
Yes, they do go head-to-head for a 6-5 decider. That will be coming up here on the Bravo stream next.
And that's a bit of a price change as well. 50,000 for 6th, 75,000 for 5th. So 25K difference. And you know,
that's a lot of nuts.
T1 did it in pool play. Can they do it again? That is the question. It was a 3-2 scoreline in that pool play matchup.
Yeah, it was. But I believe it's no continuation, though.
Yeah. I'm just being like.
So, but yeah, I know you're correct. I just want to reiterate for you guys at home: no continuation, brand new series, and yes, it is a massive difference. $25,000. Again, it's a lot of nuts.
You know, it's probably a safe thing, I guess you would say, that T1 are all under 21.
Yeah.
They can't go to just Las Vegas after this and say goodbye to that prize money.
Yeah.
They'll have to head back home first.
I hope they are responsible with the money that they earn regardless.
I said to them last night, I go, you guys, you know, even if this is your last matches in the morning and you don't make it any further, just think about the prize money. Think about competitions. Don't just think, think world now. Because even though if your sponsors can't take you to different tournaments, you guys can now do that yourself with that much money, even if you play 6. Because that's 50K.
Right. That's right.
That can get your whole team to somewhere. You know, even if you've got to stay in, you know, a 3-star place or a 2-star hotel, it's still an international event.
An opportunity.
And I think if they go home and just hone a bit more of their domination and blitz, it'll be some great matches. But at the same time, you know, they're only going to get the best experience from this sort of level over here in this sort of scene.
But you know what, though? The Aussie scene has definitely come out strong. Big shout-outs to those guys all the way over there who woke up early to watch this game. And, of course, big shout-out to you for coming out here and, of course, entertaining all the wonderful people back at home. Trident T1 Daughters have established the Australian scene alongside Immunity, showing that the rest of the world can hang. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do up next. Now on Bravo Stream, Trident T1 Daughters will be back facing off against FaZe. Winner will take a difference of $25,000, and that is a lot of money for what they're doing here this weekend. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in just a few.
Bracket, and it seems to be a place where Dido from SB, he kind of thrives a little bit more in the losers bracket. He was saying at the US finals, he was kind of like, hey, I can get used to this, not going down to the losers bracket. This feels pretty good, no pressure.
Remember, guys, we still have Envy and Trident T1 daughters in that lower bracket still fighting, so make sure you open up multiple windows to watch the Call of Duty Championship this morning. We will narrow it down to just the main stage, as there will be a 5th-6th match coming up in that next round, but so far, what a series we have on our hands on the main stage.
Yep, round 11, Search and Destroy. I'm just having flashbacks of Scumpy's 3-piece against Complexity last year.
And he was quiet in that game. He was so quiet leading up to that moment, and then stepped up so huge when they needed him most.
Ironically, the same score as that. He was 2-7 going into that last round of Search and Destroy. Just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
Dude, your memory is kind of ridiculous. I got to give you props there, my brother.
Well, you know, it's one of the most legendary plays that I've ever casted him.
Red Pandas never forget, my friend.
That is what they say. Red Pandas never forget. That is a fact.
Absolutely.
Right there.
So Cole sitting here talking with the referee, making sure that everyone is on the same page. They are ready to go. Complexity with the 1 game advantage in our best of 5. Optic Gaming, Cole, going down to the wire here in Search and Destroy, and I have a feeling this is going to be what we're going to see throughout this series, especially if Optic can take this next round.
100%. I would love to see this go all the way once again, but these pauses, these breaks, just adding even more to the suspense.
The action continues when we return. Stay tuned. The Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox will be back after this. And we are back. We've been talking with the referees. There you see they've come to a conclusion. Benson, what is the situation here, my friend?
So they looked over the scores from both those two sides, that obviously with the break in between. It's going to be Complexity with 31 kills. Optic Gaming, 28.
3-point differential.
Yes, so that is going to equate to Complexity now having the defensive side in round number 11. Whew. Now, you look at that, and especially on Freight, that is huge. If you can just hold your defensive sides, I mean, it's so hard to win those attacking sides. I mean, we saw Optic do, I think, twice. One was Nadeshot having to go for a 1 versus 2, and one was a very clutch play from Scump in a 1 versus 1 against Crim.
So far, Nadeshot going big in that 2v1, and I think the attacking spot you want to go for is B.
Yes.
I'm thinking about this, but really, it's about that war in the middle of the map for Optic Gaming.
But this is the thing, with that massive intermission, what do? You're thinking about stats, right? How can you catch Complexity off guard? That's what Optic, and now they know they're on the attacking side, they're like, all right, should we go for a quick smoke plant? They haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen anyone just rush that site. Something that the Europeans did very, very well against, some of the top North American teams on this map was throw those smokes down, rush, get the plant. And as soon as that plant goes down, you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief because then the pressure is somewhat flipped back onto Complexity. But Complexity on defense, I just can't see them losing this.
Look
it's
for
just gonna be so close.
and look for Scumpy to duel. I think we're going to see Scumpy take that sniper into top white. We're going to see if he can get the snipe across into Aches at red. I'm
curious to see if Clayster's going to use the LMG as well. Being around 11, is he going to go for it? He hasn't had much luck with the wallbangs.
Has not been able to, but Embos is also throwing some nice nades in there. He's been so close with those hit markers. Can he get a pick at red? So many different things could happen here. Optic Gaming, you got a question. Do we try and pull out something unique, something that Complexity hasn't seen from us, or something that we know and we have practiced and are ready for? I would play it safe here and just let yourself play at your best. Win or lose, come at it with your best strategy. We'll see what they bring to the table. Nadeshot, MTAR. This is going to be a rush here from Optic. I assume Scumpy has that overkill to put a sniper on his back.
This is very high risk.
There's a look at all the starting screens. You see some ARs out here for Complexity, but off the bat, it's going to be the bomb in the hands of Nadeshot. It's going to be a push to red, and Nadeshot's going straight for this bomb.
This is very, very aggressive. The pre-fight, no one home. Gate has been shut. Oh my god, this is what I want to see. This is what I wanted to see, something completely different. Scum goes in, that's one. Can he find the second in the corner? Not going to happen. A trade. Clayster's got 1 kill as well. Crim traded though. Embo's now with the play just to his left-hand side. He's dodged all the bullets. How has he got away from that? Now can he pick up the kill? Yes, he can. Crim, 1 versus 3. A huge round for Optic Gaming. Bose knows where he is. Can they pick up Crim 6 or is he going to go robot mode? No, he can't. Embos goes clutch for Optic Gaming in round 11. And Puckett, that is what I wanted to see. Something completely different. Cole had no idea. Optic was sat there, they were saying,
wow,
let's just surprise them. Let's just 4-man rush straight at their base. They will have no idea, and it worked out perfect.
The confidence there from Optic Gaming. They said, you know what? We're all going. If someone drops, we're going to keep it going. That game is done, set. Optic's going to take game number 2, 6-5 after a few breaks. What a game there. And Benson, now this series tied up. It's anyone's ball game. We're going into game number 3. Blitz coming up next.
Yeah, this just got very, very interesting indeed. Blitz between these two teams. Again, it's going to be kind of like that domination. I expect to see some fantastic plays, but let's have a look at some of those replays from the, I mean, this was Crimsix. Look at that, Puckett.
Oh, yeah, the one-on-one challenge. Crim just perfect execution there on Embos early to start it. Then this is where things got weird. He picked up the double, but we had to go to the restart. Karma catching Nadeshot on the flank and then finishing with perfect execution on top red. And here was such a big battle won by Clayster. That set the tone. The shots going across the map from Embos, covering Scumpy as that bomb was planted. And this one going back and forth, Clayster putting some bullets into the head of his former captain, and then Nadeshot in the 1v2 clutch. Optic Gaming, those are some of their best highlights from Freight Blitz. They gotta be so happy about that most recent win.
Absolutely, that's gonna, as you said, level up this series, but Blitz, again, we have to stress, this is where Complexity, all they are going to do is slay. That's something that every time you listen into this team, all you hear is Ake say, let's just slay, let's just kill them, let's do what we do best, take them down. And then you look at Optic, and this is where it gets really interesting. Nadeshot, one of the best sneakers on Blitz. I like to just call them sneakers now because the amount of times I've watched him.
Sneakers.
It's good, right? Obviously in America it means shoes, but for me it means split.
I like it. Continue.
Thanks. Anyway, Nadeshot, one of the best in the game at just seeing someone and not using what everyone is programmed to do in Call of Duty. As soon as you see someone, you shoot. That's what we would do, right? You see someone, you shoot. That's how everyone plays. Not in Blitz. Nadeshot, one of the best in the game at sneaking around the outside of people. But having said that, he's going up against TP, who is also one of the best in the game at just killing everything and getting in
TP
those
versus
blitzes.
Nadeshot in this. Also look out for Embos to be a surprise capper because he gets into the base and he will score time and time again. Guys, it is all tied up 1-1 in our best of 5. You need 3 map wins to advance to the grand finals, and we are gearing up for Blitz right now on Warhawk. One of my favorite maps to watch, and Complexity so good at setting up on defense here. It's going to be a battle between both squads. Who can come back and make sure their base is secure after getting those caps?
Let's have a look at Complexity off the break. Nothing out of the ordinary, really, as it's going to be Crim6 who's pushing straight towards that mid-street. Player to his left.
Oh, first blood goes to Nadeshot. He sets the tone with the early knife, but is quickly picked off by Karma, who is going to be trusted to play this base D early on. There's a player inside, and he's too late. Nice capture already coming in from Embos.
Yeah, Karma not... I don't think I anticipated Embos to be there that fast, so Embos is going to put Optic Gaming into the lead. And it's those caps which Optic are going to need to rely on because, as I said, when it comes to slaying, expect things a little bit like that. Karma not missing a bullet on Embos there. Fantastic accuracy. Scump trying to heat up. 2 kills already.
And Karma's got the toughest job in the game, man. Playing defense so difficult. He's going to push up, and there's a nice goal line defensive stand by Crim6. Here comes Complexity. 3 players inside the Optic base.
Oh, they've just made that look so simple. They've killed absolutely everyone. Clay's the last man. Oh, he's out of ammo.
Totally out of ammo is Karma. He needs some support. Karma going to be hunted down in the middle. Meanwhile, we have Crim6 preparing for an attack up top. Nice positioning here as he takes down Embos, and he will be pushing up as soon as he has a teammate in position. That's Aches trying to push the right side, TP through the middle.
Crim sees one in the distance. Clayster is going to pick that up. TP still being aggressive.
Keep an eye on this rotation here. We got Nadeshot coming in. Another goal line defense here. That time it's Karma again with the Remington.
And you got to respect Karma and the role he's playing here. He knows Embos and Nadeshot are going to play that sneaky role. So he's basically said, all right, I'm going to play goal line defense. He has literally just been sat at the back of that portal for so long, trying to cover this lane on the right-hand side. And he's sat at that 25% mark, pushing up the map, and he's just moving left and right. That's all he's doing, Puckett, and he's picking up those kills. I mean, Karma 7-1 right now. That just shows how much of a good job in defense he's actually doing right now.
Scumpy was the last one alive for a while here, and it actually just had a teammate go through. So Optic Gaming, they're going to let one slip. 1-1 tie after 2 minutes. Scumpy trying to play some D, and let's see how Optic Gaming is going to set up. Nadeshot with another knife there on mid-street, as you saw from Clayster's point of view. Let's go over to Embos. He's got a player behind enemy lines. Can he stop him? No. Aches is going to go through, and Complexity takes the lead.
Yeah, fantastic stuff coming in from Aches. He's got those 2 caps for Complexity. TP, though, is he going to try and duke out the Optic Gaming defensive side? There's a player. Nicely done. Picks that up. That was Embos. Second player inside bar. Not going to happen, though. Nadeshot manages to defend that one, but it is Complexity with that 2-1 lead. And still, Karma just doing that role, just moving left and right on his goal line defense, just trying to pick up Optic Gaming plays, but Scumpy just shuts him out.
Through the stun, man.
Needs to stay alive. He does so. Nicely done.
And down goes another player. Scumpy's getting aggressive. One more to beat and won't be able to do it. Meanwhile, Embo's trying to push up through the middle, and once again, a player has snuck behind enemy lines. Crim, can he get in? The shot's coming in, and nice stop by Nadeshot.
Huge kill coming in from Nadeshot there, just on his, pretty much in his base. Crim so close. And Scump pushing down the left-hand side. Ooh, he saw him and he was trying to feel ambitious. Scump with 9 and 6 right now, it's worth mentioning.
Here's the Optic pinch, man. Down goes Scump on one side, or excuse me, down goes Clayster on one side, Scump on the opposite, and the duo is gonna fall. So it's Embos and Nadeshot trusted to play some defense for the moment, but nice job so far. They are trailing by just 1 point, but I'm really impressed by the improvement in Optic's defense.
Yeah, and the problem here really is they're just not able to get the kills in Complexity's base. Complexity just leaving Karma there. His gun skill is impeccable, but there is a capture coming in. That one was from Nadeshot, I believe, and Embos is going to be there to try and set up a relay. It's level 2-2 going into the last 66 seconds of the game. Can Embos make some plays? Try and put Optic Gaming in the lead. The play's going to charge. Glacier and Scumpy both trying to slay. Embos peeks around the corner. 2 Complexity players are there, though, and Optic with all that aggression, not going to be able to pick up a cap.
Actually,
or are they?
Yeah, man, I think
Maybe.
Nate might be able to make this happen. 50 seconds left, he will fall. Scumpy still pushed up. He's going to continue to slay here from post. The opponent's trying to guess where he's coming from. More phenomenal kills from Clayster back at the base. A big one here from Scumpy. One-on-one to get in, but two players just coming off the respawn. That is a three-on-one. Scumpy not giving up, though. Continues to challenge, and this is allowing all of his teammates to surge forward.
This is fantastic play from Scumpy. He's just waiting it out. 25 seconds. No one from Collins. Rotating around the outside. He picks up another kill. Oh, Nature! This is what I was talking about. The sneaky plays. Gets a kill. Can him and Scump try and work for the cat? Nature turns around the corner. Slides it in. There it is. 3-2 to Optic Gaming in the last 10 seconds. Complexity flooding forward up the map. Can Optic just defend the base? Nature with the kill around the left-hand side. 5 seconds left. It doesn't matter. Scumpy just dropped 17 kills in one side of Blitz Bucket.
Wow, the Scump show at the end. He was taking on all challengers, saying, Complexity, I'm in your base. You can do nothing about it. I'm going to slay for days. Nadeshot doing a great job getting into that position, jumped up top, and was able to sneak behind enemy lines. They have a 1-point advantage entering into the last 5 minutes here of Blitz.
That play from Scump, just waiting for his teammates to push up, and then Nadeshot up top, lying behind a Complexity player, waiting for Scump to get one of those kills. As soon as he did, Nadeshot picked it up and managed to run it home. 3-2 in favor of Optic Gaming, and we're going to be on board with Scump. I mean, he's 17-8. You can't not have a look at him straight off the bat. He's pushing down that left-hand side lane. And Complexity now, this is where they're going to really start to push for those kills, as Crim and Aches both get to.
Nadeshot had one walk right by them. Do Optic know about it? It looks like one player going to double back. That's Clay. Clay loses his battle. That's TP trying to come in.
One play from Optic's in Complexity's base as well, though, so this could be a trade.
Yeah, it looks like that one will go through. That was Nade once again. TP's going to answer right back, 4-3. Complexity still trailing by 1. And it looks like Optic regaining control of their base, but I like the positioning here by Karma.
So now Complexity are actually down by 1. I'm expecting to see them be a little bit more aggressive. And that aggression from Karma pushing forward is going to leave that portal just a little bit open. And that's where we can expect to see maybe more sneaky plays coming in from Embos and Nadeshot, like we just saw there. That cap, fantastic stuff from Optic.
TP on one side, Crim pushing through the middle. Crim is going to get the cover fire.
Oh,
great job by everyone on Cole here. Big kills. Clayster can't stop him, and it's all tied up. One more player still at Optic's base as well. Let's see what Karma's up to.
Oh, that Karma is not the player you want to be there if you're an Optic Gaming fan. That's one, that's two. Unbelievable two-piece. 1-on-1 now for the Blink Ball. He's going to get the Scumpy.
No, and I want to point out here, Scumpy opened up this round 17-6. They have not let him have any more kills aside from that one. He is now 18-12. On the other side, Karma really coming live at 15-7. 5-4 though, as Optic did go through once again. Nadeshot now up to 4 captures.
And that's basically what I was saying before, Puckett. They're leaving their base just a little bit more open. You saw Karma, like, the furthest push forward player for Complexity, and that's just not what he was doing in the first side. So that is going to open the door for Optic to try and get those sneaky caps. But again,
they just got to trade if you're Optic right now.
Yeah, Complexity's slaying right now.
Nade's got another one. No one here. Look at this mini-map. Complexity so focused on the caps, like you said, and Nadeshot is now going to make it a 2-point advantage for OG.
This could well be the downfall of Cole in this Blitz game. They need to leave Karma playing that defensive role because Nadeshot's so sneaky. I mean, look at that. He's just going to call out to his teammates. No big deal. Wins this gunfight. This is a cap. Gets the knife.
No. Player went through, though, so there is a defender. He's got to be careful. Off that respawn will be the knife player as well. I don't think that was the best move here from Optic. They got too aggressive here, not playing enough defense. It's a 1-point game. Complexity takes care of business on Nade, and now Embos has got to deal with 2 players on this right side.
And that's not going to happen as Aches, Crim, I'm looking at their scores, 14 for 16, 16 for 17 as TP's got around the corner. Can he get the cap? He's so weak. The stun's
great stun coming in last moment. We do have one more player, Aches, behind enemy lines. Crim trying to get into position to help.
Left.
And up here, we do have, guess who? Nadeshot on that far left. It's going to be a 1-on-1 inside the base here for Cole. Meanwhile, Crim trying to get through at the same time. He's got this one. Nadeshot going to go through at the same time. Both teams capping 7-6, going down to the last minute, 45 seconds.
Complexity really amping up the pressure now in the Optic base. 2 players go down. Nature and Scump. Now can Embos and Clay do the defensive duty? Embos picks up one, but TP's going to be there. Clay turns around, has the support, plays off Swarm, but TP with a nice little 2-piece. And another player from Optic. Who is that? Nate.
It's always Nade, man. If you ever see an arrow pushed up, it's going to be Nade.
He's at 6 caps, and he's going to play that sneaky role. If this Complexity player runs straight past him, oh, that timing, though, he's going to get the knife. Can he get the cap now? It's wide open. That's going to extend the lead to 2, and they also have the defense as well. Optic Gaming looking good in Blitz Warhawk.
You got to love what we're seeing here from Optic. They've now adjusted their strategy. Only Nadeshot will push forward. It is 3-man defense. Complexity needs to slay everyone if they want to cap right now. That is TP doing his work inside the OG base. 3 more players here, though, and TP gets cut. We got Krim right where TP died. The stun's coming in. Aches and Karma trying to get in position, and Nadeshot has slipped by on that right side once again.
Last 50 seconds of the game. Krim gets 1. Can he find a second to the right-hand side? Shots coming in from everywhere. Optic can't afford to turn the base, but
Nadeshot gets the one-on-one.
Nadeshot gets the one-on-one. Can he slide it? No! Defense comes in.
Big defensive kill.
Huge kill from Aches. 37 seconds left. It's a 1-point game. Puckett. Complexity, if they can amp up this aggression even more, they are going to be able to level this up. Nadeshot is going to need to go for 1 more sneaky play. They cannot afford to turtle the base.
The fans on the edges of their seats right now. TP trying to do everything he can. 3 down for Cole. Aches knows he's got to do it. His teammates need to get the defensive kills. 2 players at the base here for Optic. And Nadeshot goes down. A second player here, and that is Clayster stepping up on D. Meanwhile, it looks like we're going to see Optic Gaming close this one out. The final seconds. Nadeshot 14 and 18 with 7 caps. Scumpy so much slaying, 26 kills. Optic now up over Complexity on the Xbox main stage.
And the hype inside that booth right now for Optic Gaming is unreal. Nadeshot just had one of the best games of his life. He may not have done it in the kill column, but those 7 caps, oh my days.
I mean, we give a lot of credit to Nadeshot, and he deserved it. Those one-on-one battles against that last man, the defender, so crucial to Optic's victory there. But you got to give credit to Clayster, got to give credit to Embos and Scumpy. The defense was so impressive from the green wall.
It really was. I got a little bit sort of nervous for the green wall, I guess you could say, when you see them start to turtle. That's something that, especially the Optic line over the last couple of weeks, something that I was casting at.
Yeah.
Whenever they start to turtle, SB punished hard. And Complexity, they play Blitz just like SB. So I was thinking, oh, they could get those kills. And, you know, Cole, look at the kill column. Just so impressive all around. 21, 18, 18, 22. But now Puckett going over to another game of domination. I only see this going one way, and that's the Complexity.
Complexity now fighting for their lives in the upper bracket. Let's take a look at some of the action here in Game 3 Blitz. Karma going off with the Remington on defense. Meanwhile, it was all kinds of caps coming in. Setting the tone was Optic Gaming, but this is the most impressive moment. Scumpy distracting so long. The teamwork, the coordination from Optic as Nadeshot was able to tie things up at 4-piece. Then in the second half, sneaky cap after sneaky cap from Nadeshot. Complexity having to slay everything on their way to the base. Stuns coming in, stopping TP, who is that objective master for Cole, and Nadeshot with the knife did it time and time again. The 2-point advantage going into the last 45 seconds.
You can see more caps going down. That 40 seconds was a crazy, crazy couple of seconds. Aches so close. If he hits that, tied game.
If Clayster doesn't hit that, tied game.
Yeah,
but instead,
either way.
The defense strong enough. Optic Gaming wins Blitz by 1 cap. Complexity's best game mode. Now a loss here against Optic, but we still have 2 more to come. Domination is going to be game number 4. If Cole can win this, they'll get a second shot at Search and Destroy, and that last win went all the way to round 11.
Yeah, this is just one of those series which I think I'm just happy that we haven't seen a 3-0. Just gonna throw that out there. Either way, from either team, it's one of those series which is just you can't write it. You really cannot write these kind of things.
And honestly, this is a must-win for Complexity because if they do get through that losers bracket finals and get their rematch against Optic, we're going to pick up from a continuation, so it'll extend to a best of 11. So really, this map is going to be a big one in the grand scheme of things. We're going to go into this one off the break with Complexity. I know they're angry after that last loss. Who's your player to watch here from Cole?
Aches. 110% Aches. He is, I can just see it. He's so mad. As we said earlier on, when he gets mad, he plays even better. So I'm looking at him now to just really assert his dominance here on Domination Sovereign. If I'm honest, Complexity should pick this up every day.
And if you watch Strictly Business, or I believe it was Strictly Business versus Optic on this map, yes, Dito shut things down with a Remington on the far left. No MTARs were able to take him out. I want to see, will they position Crim6 or Karma in that back left staircase at the start? Karma and TP in that kill feed, 3 down for Optic, and B control already in favor of Complexity.
Good start there for Complexity. They're going to start that bleed. However, one player from Optic has rotated all the way to that A flag. That's Nadeshot doing that objective-based role. Flag's neutral. That's good for them. Forces Complexity back, and that opens up that B flag for Optic to try and make a play.
Yeah, but TP's on the opposite side doing the same thing to Optic's base. Gonna get that one neutralized. Embos is gonna have to recapture, and Embos is gonna get pressured here. Complexity setting up for this spawn trap. Can Embos get the kill to his right? It looks like he's got some cover from Scumpy, and here comes OG surging forward. Embos gonna call out that player and make his way to B.
Embos with the support. Can he get the cap? That's the question. There's the assist. Scumpy picks it up. And B flag back under Optic Gaming control. But once again, play from Complexity, rotating around the outside. And this is why Complexity on Domination Sovereign are such a nuisance. Every time you cap that B flag, you're like, all right, we have that 2-2. Oh, wait, no, we don't. Complexity are already on our home base. And that comes down to TP's just fantastic map awareness and the communication from this team.
All 3 down for the Slayers. Krim, the last one alive at Cole's base, and it looks like he is going to fall as well. Embos now going back into B, going to try and put pressure on A once again. The stun's going out. The Semtech's not going to connect, and it looks like we're going to see Nadeshot try and get a little bit cheeky here on the right side. He's called out, eliminated. Embos knows the pressure's on its way.
So much pressure. That's one. Can he get a second? Yes, he can. That is a huge hold from Embos on that B flag, and that now is going to level up the game. Scump from behind. He's going to clean out Krim and Complexity. They need to just get themselves together a little bit. Start getting those kills. Ace needs to heat up just a little bit more. He's top kills on the team for Complexity, 7 and 6, but I want to see Ace just go massive now.
No one going big yet for Cole. It is a 3-point disadvantage, and you see the scoreboard, 37-33. Every 5 seconds, this one getting farther and farther away in favor of Optic. Complexity must win domination to force a game 5, and Crim6, he's going to be hunting now on this left side. Missed a player up top. Will that player come back for him? It looks like no. Krim will be able to continue challenging.
Optic still with the lead. In fact, it's tied game, but they are flooding that B flag. Karma needs to make some plays here. Not going to be able to happen, though, as Optic get the control back once again. And 2 minutes left in this first side pocket. This could go either way.
I'm looking at the mini-map here, and I'm getting scared for Complexity. Look at this. Only Karma has been able to push forward. So far, the difference maker has been the B defense. Embos has been a monster there. Only 5 and 6, but all of those kills coming at flags. There's another example as he stops Karma in the base. Scumpy starting to heat up now at 10 and 9. No players really pulling off to a huge positive advantage as these two are so evenly trading.
The big thing here, the reason Optic are ahead is just quite simply they're outslaying Complexity, and that's something Complexity aren't used to. Scump and Clay, 11 for 10. Prospectively, I mean, it's just good to see those guys putting up those numbers. The Scump now pushing for the trip cap in the last minute and a half. This could really do the damage to Complexity. And I can't believe he's got that. I really thought Complexity in this game type would be destroyed. Optic Scumpy picks up another kill. He is just a man on a mission right now. He's on a 6-point spree, 13 and 9. However, that one push, it could cost them TP. If he wins this gunfight, it's going to be Complexity with the advantage.
It's got to be Cole inside B. It looks like 3 players. Scumpy on that 7-point spree, taking down. That is Clayster. And Scumpy falling. Aches doing some of that damage. And now Clay actually getting up top here, as it looks like Embos once again going for this B secure.
Oh, no.
Nice cover
Embos,
here as
on.
Embos takes down Krim.
That was nicely done. We've seen him defend this B flag so much, but Karma jumps around the corner. He's going to pick up 2 there. Picks up Embos and Scump. So last year's world champion, he is not going out without a fight, that is for sure. Nadeshot pushing that C flag, and he's basically doing that role we see TP do. He's just going to be a nuisance now for Complexity in the last 30 seconds.
While Nate is back here at C, Complexity forced to double back. Krim is going to be that player to check it. Meanwhile, you got Scumpy all alone here at B after that one. And Optic Gaming continues to surge forward. Now Embos with another B cap. He already has 4 B captures in this game. Going for number 5. It's contested. Can he stay alive?
Scumpy!
Scumpy and Nadeshot left alive here. Scump, the last man, after 7 players eliminated down to the last seconds. Optic Gaming 83-65 here in our first 5 minutes.
Fantastic performance from them. I'm not going to lie. Did not see that coming at all.
18-point advantage here for Optic Gaming.
Good maths. That was very quick.
It's accurate, too, this time, believe it or not. All right, so looking at the stats, Optic Gaming, you can hear that they are pumped up 17 and 13. Scumpy slaying for days with Clayster. And you know,
that's that duo right there.
It's Nadeshot and Embos' 4 caps each that are really the difference maker. Embos winning so many one-on-ones, 2v1s inside B, and Nadeshot always behind enemy lines.
But do not count out Complexity at all. There is a reason, a massive reason, why they have been so successful over the last year. When they're put in situations like this, they all shift to the next level. It's amazing to watch, and now they really don't have a choice because they do not want to be going down into that losers bracket because it's a scary place, especially when you consider SB. They're on a rampage down there as well, and SB took down Complexity at the US Finals as well.
Here you see Optic Gaming ready to turn it up. I want to listen in with Complexity, though, at the start. Are these guys ready to bring it back? You see TP getting the boys fired up. Karma's going to be bringing his best, and Krim needs to go right up there with Scumpy. Someone needs to cancel out Scumpy in that slaying column.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be Krim. Krim, when he catches fire, scary, scary stuff. And also Aches as well. Watch out for him in that slaying department, and also the objective, because that's where they all need to chip in. Because right now, the strategy of just rotating for Optic was working really well. And there was those 1v1s on those flags, which Optic were winning. And that's kind of, in domination, you didn't really expect to see that coming from Complexity. You just always assume Complexity are going to win those fights.
So looking through all the guns, it looks like Clayster's bringing the Remington to the party. Meanwhile, a Remington out for Scumpy, and Embos with the Vector on the other side. Very aggressive, fast classes here for Cole with 4 MTARs, no tacticals, no grenades. These guys are going straight up for guns.
Yeah, they're just going to go straight for that flag, see if they can try and lock it down. That massively aggressive sort of clash setup.
So here we go, kicking things off. We got Complexity on your screen, and let's crank up our headphones as we listen in with the Cole squad.
Man, one their caution. We'll get camps there. 2 ARs then. I'll get their caution. They're back green, they're back green. On A. Pushing green. We're through that. Just stay alive, use their back green. Stay alive, play for kills right now. In green. Nice. I'm going caution. Snake dead. Checking underground. Top patrol. In green. Green street on B. Pistol. Play. They might spawn green. Nice. No, he's on B, one shot. And stake. I got snake. Nice, let's go. Top control. I don't think green side. They're gonna be move. Nice, I'm watching mid. SD, guys, push green. Watch your green. They're middle. Nice, three. Last guy, green. I'm laying down. Tyler has you. Just fight. You go in it? Nice. Dead. Watch your middle. I got one snake. I got They're caution. I'm weak. I'm fighting.
All right, so that first minute, you hear the communication here from Cole, but I want to hear it on the other side. Let's listen in for a minute with Optic Gaming. Big kills being scored here by Karma. Nadeshot, last man standing.
I'm going up ladder.
Yeah, go through. Someone stay A. Whoever just wants tractor, go back.
Watch it. I'm coming through with you. They're gonna know. We're gonna have to win gunfights.
I'm getting straight on B. Yo, he's blue street. Get on C. Our caution. Stay alive, bro. Stay alive. Get on C. They're going A. That's fine. I'll clutch. Go big, man. No, it's 2 on A. You gotta go big at C. Stay up.
One shot on C.
Oh, name one shot.
Come on, guys. We gotta clutch up.
Nice job, son. Cap that, son.
Fucking C. Let's go. Get on C. You gotta camp A. I'm going straight for B. Stake spot.
There's one shot, snake. Seth, just stay up.
There's 2 on C.
Let's go, boys. We gotta step up now. Let's go. I'm gonna go top plat. Let's go. We gotta start winning gunfights right now. Let's go. This is ours.
He's up top.
Green street.
Lead up. Push out blue street.
Green street, two. Green street.
One shot,
Yeah. Yo, he shot me through. Come on, guys. Let's go. We got
push
this.
through. I got A. Push through.
I'm gone.
Go big at B.
Back caution, Chris. I saw one on B down.
Stun on B down. One shot on B down.
I got him.
Go, boys.
We got this. We're gonna do this now. We're gonna do this right
now.
now.
Are you alive at C?
We're gonna win all gunfights.
Yeah, he's going to C right now.
We're gonna win all these gunfights.
B down.
Chill out, yo.
At our caution, one shot.
Win all our gunfights.
Benson, it's getting scary here for Optic. An 18-point advantage coming into the second side, but already that is diminishing. We see 48 to 37 in favor of Complexity. And look at TP 12-4, the veteran turning it up.
Oh, TP just got a disgusting kill there on Glacier on the B flag. They're going to secure it. And Complexity, the comeback is so real on this second side of Domination Sovereign, playing out of their minds right now. And we had that listening, obviously, with Optic Gaming, and they were saying we need to win these gunfights, and they just would. This was the Complexity I expected to see in that first side of Domination.
In that first minute, I was scared because Optic won everything.
Right.
But then TP has caught fire. We were staying on board with Optic through that listening, but look at this, man, 14-4. I'm just looking at this mini-map as TP is now going to have 3 more players pushing. He has phenomenal coverage.
TP!
Aches and TP locking down this left side.
TP is just God mode right now. Aches is going to pick up another kill. Last minute and a half. Optic Gaming, they need to make a move.
They have retaken the lead here for Complexity. A 2-point advantage overall. Optic now needing to turn up.
They need to go big in this last minute now, but they are running into the TP wall. 17-5. 2 caps, nearly 18-5, but Scum shuts him down. This is where they have to make the moves.
TP has the same amount of kills as Nadeshot, Embos, and Clayster combined in the second half.
That's a tad awkward, I'm not going to lie, but 57 seconds. Karma on your screen.
Big kill there as Aches is taken down over at A. B being neutralized as well. At this point, all Cole has to do is trade. Karma, Crim6 in the kill feed. They know someone's on B. What is Karma going to do? It looks like his teammates have that covered. He's going to be pushing into A. Man, I'm loving what Cole is bringing to the table here. They want a game number 5. Everyone connecting. TP continues to impress as well at 19-7. Optic trapped in their base. This one all but over in game 4.
Deja